Greetings, everyone. This is your friendly neighborhood Umbi speaking here, and we're just checking back in. I know last week was a little bit blunt. Just so eager to wrap up week 7 of the Georgia VGC Draft League and move into the playoff stages. And I know that's a little bit unfair because we usually do like a pretty in-depth breakdown of what went on throughout the week. I was a little bit unenthused, and I do apologize for that. My week was a little bit busy, so I'm a little bit tired. But just to be fair for the players, even though we have 6 top placing players that made it into the playoff stage, just want to congratulate and appreciate everybody that did participate. By week 7, there's a lot of players that were already locked in or out of playoffs with only a few slots really competing to actually be in there. So that kind of tones down the hype a little bit. But nevertheless, we made it here, and we're moving on to the next stage. So up on your screen right about now, you're going to check out the bracket that we have, and immediately we have some grudge matches. Professor Walnut and Sinido facing off again, coming back from week 6, where they faced off, and Professor Walnut ended in a 2-0, and then Padillac and Strider, just fresh off of week 7, they're going into a rematch. So this is some pretty spicy stuff. With Professor Walnut versus Sinido, we saw how Professor Walnut adjusted with the Slowbro, speculating that Sinido will bring along the G-Max Colossal, and that's kind of their stopgap measure to take care of that. Paired next to the Rabambi with the speed swap shenanigans, it's very difficult for Sinido to naturally outspeed and really honestly outgun the Slowbro before it can put its damage on, especially if it starts to max early, which is exactly what Professor Walnut did. That being said, Sinido still has some tricks left up their sleeve, so they're not out of the running yet. It's not going to be a repeat of exactly what happened last time. That being said, Professor Walnut still has some cool stuff still in reserve that they have yet to show. So seeing whether or not Sinido can make those adjustments is going to be a thing in and of itself. Now, in the same regard, Padillac versus Strider. It's going to take some really, I don't want to say trickery or finesse, but there has to be some kind of adjustments to face off against Padillac. I didn't get a chance to see the match and how it went down, but one of the things I probably echoed for the 4th or 5th time by now, the presence of the Latios on Padillac's team is really threatening to Strider. We saw in a previous week versus Poppy Cantan, they had a Latios that just ran wild against Strider. They didn't really have much of a measure. They have an Obstagoon that can target one of Latios' weaknesses, or in this case, Latios. But they have to kind of rely on that and enable that, and that's just directed at one Pokemon. You still have your Celesteela, you still have Garchomp, Cinderace to still deal with, and that's all behind a Tornadus to help with the speed control. So Strider's definitely not out. They have room to make some improvements, especially since that loss was just fresh on their mind. But I do think there's going to be a tough road ahead. Now, waiting in the semifinal slot are Mocha and Papa Shuckle, getting a bye in the first week. So got a little time to spectate and see what their prospective opponents are going to do in the next round. And they'll get that chance because, surprise, surprise, this weekend, Zonebreakers Esports, a small org that I'm a part of and help with streaming and hosting events, we're actually going to be taking a look at the pre-recorded matches and getting some live commentary for your entertainment. So check out twitch.tv/Zonebreakers Esports. Tentatively, it's going to be this Saturday. Keep an eye on Twitter. We'll get you an exact time, but over the weekend is what we're kind of speculating. We'll just take a small part of your day. So just a reminder, these matches are still being played out on a weekly basis, so we're only going to be showcasing a couple of matches at a time. So don't want to take up your entire morning or afternoon. Again, tentative times, just stay tuned. Follow the channel, you'll know when it's live. And then we'll go ahead and get you, those matches. And if you do miss it, they'll of course be uploaded to YouTube. We still do have the Georgia VGC YouTube channel active, and everything typically gets uploaded in that direction. So yeah, again, just keep an eye out. But I'm pretty excited to see what goes down here and to finally crown a champion after a few weeks. I know everyone's been in here for the long haul and everyone's a little bit tired. I think it's all going to be worth it. Gonna grow and learn all together. I know this is a Series 9 format, so a little bit gimmicky in that regard, but everyone's showing how creative they can be and how intuitive they can be to come on top against the rest of the crew is something of a spectacle, at least I would think. All right, enough for me rambling on though. Again, check out the Twitch channel as soon as it goes live. We'll get you more information as it goes along, so just stay tuned and hopefully we'll see you then. But until next time, we'll see you. Peace.